Welcome back to the island of Boracay. Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate you viewing the videos. And if you liked the video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And today we're going to talk about the effects of the lockdown. The lockdown. We've had over a month of this total lockdown and 2 years of the lockdown. And people kind of want to know, like, is this lockdown working? Is it effective? Or is it not effective? Because it's been going on for so long and people want to know, like, what's happening? When people first started the lockdown, they thought it was going to be like 2 weeks. And here it is, 2 years. The coronavirus is real. There's no doubt about it. There is a virus going on. But people want to know, like, what is the best way to deal with this thing? We're on the jetty port on Boracay Island. And Boracay Island is a tourist destination. And people in Boracay, they rely heavily on tourists, the income from the tourist. And with a total lockdown, there's no tourist. And that means that people that live on the island don't have a source of income. And so we want to examine, like, what is going on, and is this effective, and is this lockdown really needed? Here in Boracay Island, the vaccination has been a really hot topic. And lots of the people have been really good about getting vaccinated. There's the Boracay sign right behind us. And people want to get the island back to life. They figure that if they get vaccinated, the island's going to go ahead and open up. And tourists is going to happen here. The people are going to come back. And a lot of the locals are wondering, like, why hasn't this happened? Because every day the vaccination lines is full at the city mall. And people want the island to open up because they're following the guidelines, the procedures to be vaccinated so that they don't get the COVID. And so they're wondering, like, why isn't the island opening up? Just this past week, the President Duterte, he hinted that he was wanting the casinos back on the island of Boracay because the government was running low on funds and they wanted to generate more income. And we know that the casino is a good way to generate income. The president reversed his order, his 2018 order of no casinos, and now casinos are welcome. And people want to know, like, is the casino really needed on the island? Because people believe that Boracay Island is very beautiful by itself, because it's beautiful. And it's kind of like the movie, The Field of Dreams. They had a saying in that movie, if you build it, they will come. And in Boracay Island, the same theme is really true. You open it up, and the people will come. Just last month, thousands of visitors were coming to the island of Boracay. And now, as far as the visitors, it's a total ghost town. There's no visitors coming to the island. The island is locked down except for the local residents. But people want to know, like, is this effective? Here at the jetty port, there's lots of e-trikes waiting for taking people around the island. And there's just not the tourists. And a lot of these people here are just sitting in their trucks. They're waiting for tourists. They're waiting for work. So the effects of the lockdown is that people aren't able to work. Just over a month ago, there was like 40,000 people coming to the island of Boracay, and they were going on boats like this, and they were doing water sports all over the island. The island was teeming with life. And now there's a lockdown and there's nobody coming to the island. I'm at the gateway of this 1,000 room hotel called the Ohana, and they finished in like 2018 and 2019 when the pandemic started. They're ready to open and they were closed. So they've been closed since 2019 at this particular resort, and there's lots of people, 1,000 rooms not being occupied, lots of workers not working, and the effects of the lockdown has hurt all the businesses, including the Ohana. The government has done a wonderful job on the island of Boracay. There's beautiful planter boxes all over the island. There's red brick pavers, and they've widened the road. They've made the utility poles really high. Where are they? They're here somewhere. The utility poles are really high, and they have the underground drainage system. The whole island of Boracay is beautiful, and thank you. The government did a wonderful job and continues to do a wonderful job on the island of Boracay. We're here at the entrance of the Galaxy Casino, and we talked with the supervisor, and they said that we cannot come in and do a vlog, so we're gonna cry. And so we're here at the entrance of the Galaxy, the new Galaxy Casino. We were here a couple days ago we're vlogging. And this is where they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna have that huge 24-hectare resort casino. It's right here on this property. And they're gonna get ready to do that. And this is one of the new developments that's happening in the island of Boracay. We're here walking the front beach in Boracay, and we have a coconut. Would you like some buko juice? I have some buko juice. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about the quarantine. And when you come to the Philippines, you have to have a 10 or 14-day quarantine. Also, if you travel, if you go to some of these other islands nearby, you have to be quarantined for like 2 weeks. And people are wondering, like, what is up with the quarantine? I mean, you get this swab test and you're negative for the COVID, then they place you in quarantine for a couple weeks. And the hotels are not sanitary, they don't change the sheets, everything. It's just not good the way that they lock you up. So people are asking, like, why do you have to be quarantined? Isn't like just the swab test and testing for the coronavirus good enough? And they're locking people up, and it's really making people upset, and people wonder, like, what's up with this? Here on the island, the effects of the lockdown has been really big because there's been pretty much massive starvation because the island of Boracay depends mostly on tourism, and the tourists aren't coming. So there's lots of people here that just can't buy food, and you need food to live, right? Food is life. And there's a lot of single moms here in the island of Boracay. They work as hair braiders, massage therapists, and they don't have work because there's a lockdown and the visitors are not allowed to come to the island. And we're hoping, like, about September 7th, they're gonna have an opening of the island because this is going on a long time. And a lot of these single mothers are like texting me, and they're like, they're starving, and you know, you do the best you can to help some of these people, and you give all you can to just help people in need. But sometimes there's only a few of us, one of me, and there's many of them, so it's very difficult. And if they unlock the island, people can start coming back, and these workers can start working again, because Boracay Island is a tourist destination. In all fairness to the government and other agencies, the pandemic is new to everyone, right? I mean, nobody knows exactly how to deal with this pandemic. And I know that a lot of these leaders are doing the best they can. They're doing the things that they think are best, but nobody really has experience in this area. So lots of these lockdowns and stuff is trial and error. Some of these countries like China and Australia, in China they're using the coronavirus, they're locking people down. I heard that they're locking people in their houses and they're boarding up the house. So the coronavirus thing is just getting a little bit out of control. Lockdown, lock you in the house. It's like they're trying to kill you. And so the thing is, there's one thing about trying to protect people from the virus, and then there's another thing about abusing the power and hurting the people. Just last week, the president said that the country was running out of funds. Of course the country's running out of funds. 2 years of lockdown and no business. Of course there's no money coming in the government. So the thing is to open up the businesses, right? To open up Boracay, to open up the Philippines, and to let travel come in. We know the virus is here for life. We know that after 2 years of failing to conquer this virus, the best thing to do is to vaccinate, to protect ourselves from the virus. And that's exactly what the Filipinos are doing. They're getting vaccinated. People are vaccinating, and we're gonna just probably have to live with this virus. We know it's not going away, and we know the lockdowns aren't working, and there's probably more people starving. There's lots of suicides. There's lots of ill effects from the lockdown, and people are just suffering. And it's about time they end the military-style lockdown, the Chinese-style lockdown. It's not working. And to let the people go back to work. The government needs money. The people need to eat. It just makes sense that to open up the country and to let people eat and let people work and get back to business, vaccinate the people, and open up the country. To be brutally honest, the lockdown just doesn't seem to be working. People are fed up. People are tired of it. It's been 2 long years, and we've been in total lockdown for like over a month. So what do you think? Do you think the lockdowns are working, or are they not working? go ahead and leave a comment down below. One of the things that I've seen by being in the Philippines, that the Filipino people are survivors. These people know how to survive. You can't really knock these people off with the pandemic. These people have endured typhoons, they endured all kinds of wild weather, all kinds of crazy things. The Filipino people are survivors. This has been one of the biggest tests so far. So hang in there, you guys, because this thing hopefully will be over with soon. We know that the military style lockdown is not working, that this is actually a medical issue. The virus is medical, not military. So people need to go ahead and hang in there, and we're hoping that the pandemic and the lockdown is over with soon. We know that there's a lot of money being made by people with the pandemic who want to continue it forever, to keep making money. But that's not what we want. We want the country to open up. We want business to open up. We want the government to be rich again. We want money to flow in the country. We want travel. We want business. We want everything open. So thank you so much. And we're hoping this lockdown ends real soon. So appreciate you visiting the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Like the video if you like it. If you like the lockdown, go ahead and put a thumbs down. But we like no lockdown. So thank you so much. And we're going to see you next time.